Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the BullParagon channel, where my goal is to bring you simple and effective trading studies and strategies. This is not financial advice. Everybody, of course, make your own trading decisions. These are just some of the tools that I use that I'm sharing with you all. So today we're going to talk a little bit about my main setup, what I'm using and why. I want to show you these interesting candles that you see on the screen that I'm calling trend candles. There are several different attributes that go into these candles that make them paint red or green. These are not just red for overall down days that close below the open, and not just green for up days that close higher than the open. So you're going to see here on some of these candles, this full body on the second to last candle is actually a down day, but our trend stays green. And again, there are several attributes that go into these. In the Knights of the Roundtable Discord, I do have a premium channel, and I break down these scripts in a second video, a little bit more elaborate, going into these candles, and it's going to give you the code for the candle as well, so you can load it into your Thinkorswim script. So with that said, this is a daily chart for SPY, and you can see here that we've caught some big moves with these candles. If we start positions on the first red candle and ride it down through that trend, and again, start here and ride down through the trend. Right now, we're in a little bit of a green trend where we've just in the last 6 days shown some strength to the upside. I don't try to predict the future. I don't try to say what's going to happen on Monday, next week, or next month. I'm just looking for the trend. I'm looking to get in with that momentum, take my profit, and get out. And this is something that I'm using both on a daily chart for swing trades as I back out through more time here, and I use it intraday on lower time frame charts. So if we look at some of these and we go through a little window here, we're going to see that sometimes a big move has happened. And you might say, man, that move to the downside was so big. I don't want to jump in here at 466. But again, we're trying to catch a trend. And here you would have caught these two gap days and gone all the way down to a low of 451 within 2 days. So I like to, on the daily chart, look at taking positions at close or near the close on the first day, and then I might ride this for a few days. I might get in with several contracts, usually about a month out, because some of these moves will go for 2 or 3 weeks. I'll get into something about a month out, and I'll look with a few contracts. Am I taking profits first day, second day, third day? If you don't take some profits early and cover cost, you can't have these snapback candles. Look, the market's going to move against us sometimes, and this trend is over 3 days in. And if you're not taking profits on the way down, you're definitely going to hurt your chances of profit as we go forward. You're also going to have some of these trends that, although we reached the high of the last year here, by the time we got our green candles, it had already moved up for 4 days. And our trend is saying, hey, now we've met conditions for these candles to paint, but we didn't have as much upside from here. I mean, we're going to look at this first day at 476. There's only been a $3 move in about 6 days, and theta is going to eat us up on options with that. So not every move is perfect. Just like every study, it should not be used alone. It's not the only thing, but it's something to consider because we do have a lot of these moves. And again, I'll use this on a daily chart and I'll use it intraday. But when I get into that first day, I'm taking profits a little bit each day and looking at spots where I can make exits, because you might have one day down. We're looking at entering here. You might have one day with a hard drop down. By the end of the day, this came back up, closed up here, and we had an up day the next day that was a white candle. So with that set on the daily chart, and you look at where we have some very strong, very power moves that get captured here and we ride the trend, we're going to see the same thing as we go through and we start to look on an intraday chart. Now, warning, this is a little busy. These 20 tickers that you see here are the 20 tickers that I'm watching for the most part, day in and day out. And I'm watching these on a lower time frame on a 5-minute chart here. So I've got the same trend candles with intraday settings here and seeing where we can catch these moves and catch this action on our day trades. I'm always trading these personally, 0 DT or shortest DT possible. and I'm executing quickly to get in and out of these trades. And I'm not trying to coach you to how to manage your trades. Set your trades with what works for you. And if you're looking for financial advice, this isn't the right place. I'm just here to show you what I'm using. Um, that being said, Boeing here was a play that I made yesterday. And actually, the last 2 days had strong moves with Boeing. And we caught some green candles. We got in here, got right back out with a small loss. Saw a red candle, but because this candle came down and was closing back higher than the low, and you guys, I'm here toward the center of the screen. As that candle came down and came back up, I didn't want to take a put here. Saw this white candle and I was getting ready. A couple of indecisive candles, and then our first green candle for the trend. And this thing caught this trend from 141.66 all the way up to 144.30s. I took a chance on some 145 calls here as we got into this candle and saw this candle rising up. And this was my best play of the week moving up through this zone. So with that said, we had our white candle here, and this chart kept going. A few more white candles, took some profit here on this candle, watched a couple more green, got out the rest of it on the second white candle. Sometimes it keeps going, and I did miss the very top, but when I saw a string of white candles and a second white candle in a series, that was enough for me. So again, 20 charts. These are going to be a lot of these are top weighted tickers in SPY. Some of them are your top technology stickers. We've got some industrials, got some energy down here at the bottom. Energy plays with this system are very solid. You can see with the XLE, we had it go both ways yesterday. We had a lot of red early and moving down through a real strong move to the downside from you're getting in here about 89.70 all the way down to 87.65. That's a strong $2 move for XLE in a very short period of time. And then we had green at the end of the day as well. And this thing had movement both ways if you were playing XLE, which a lot of people in our Discord do. So I'm going to get off of this chart here that's a little hard to look at with 20 charts on one screen. That's what I keep up on my big screen in the office on my secondary computer. This is what I'm looking at intraday. And this is what a lot of folks have asked me, hey, what are you watching during the day? These are the trend channels that we highlighted in the last video, and we talked about SPY specifically yesterday in this video. I don't like to trade this system before 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and scoot that over, get us to about 10 o'clock on this. This is my 5-minute chart. I've also looking at a 10-minute chart, a 15, and a 30. So like most traders looking at multiple time frames and looking at different indicators in each. You'll find on my charts I like to keep them simple, 2 or 3 indicators. I don't like to have 15 indicators on one chart. Some people can do that and manage it very well. For me, I like to keep it simple. And what I like to do with these different charts, my channels are dynamic. They move with price and with volume. That's why I keep those on my 5-minute chart. That's the lowest time frame I'm looking at. On my 10-minute chart, I'm going to have my yesterday high, my yesterday close, and yesterday low. These are plotting significant numbers for yesterday, and I've got my 50 and 200 EMA. As I get over to my 15-minute chart, we're going to see something similar. I've got my open range boxes, which are going to show me some levels that are plotted out. And again, once you get to the second video that's in the premium channel, you'll see exactly what these scripts are based on and have the ability to not just download them for your system, but make adjustments as you see fit to what you want to play. But I've got my open range box. I like to be above or below this box for strong moves. Not saying I won't take plays in the middle, but it's one more thing that I'm watching with a little bit of caution on as we get to the levels that are identified here. Same EMAs, 50 and 200, 50 and 200 now on my 30-minute. And as we look here on the 30-minute, these horizontal lines that you see on the screen, these come from Sadie's study. So Sadie has his own Twitter. He has his own website. He's a very intelligent trader that has plotted out some ATR and fib levels that go into this study. This is something that comes straight from his offering, and it's a great study. I highly suggest everybody take a look at following Sadie, along with signing up for that Knights of the Roundtable Discord, because you've got a lot of pro traders in that Knights of the Roundtable Discord providing great content as well. I know most of the pros in that chat use this Sadie study one way or another. So these levels are pretty darn significant, and you'll see a lot of times where we get from the entry call line or entry put line, you'll make that move through the first level and see some consolidation. Sometimes this consolidation stays here for a little while and will make a move back down. Other times it makes that move up. If we get here and see a move and then not really a lot happening, I'll exit positions a lot and wait to see the next move before I get back in. Now I'm looking at multiple things, multiple time frames. So here on the 5-minute, in that same range, you guys see the crosshairs moving on each chart in the same time frame. So let's get these all set together. So we had our caution at the SATI level here on the 30-minute chart. And again, the indicators, the SATI levels, the open range box, and the yesterday levels, those all stay the same on every time frame. I just like to look at them one at a time on a screen. So we had that little bit of consolidation here. Are we still above our open range box? Yeah, we're above our open range box pretty good here. Are we holding above yesterday's high as we have the consolidation? Yeah, we are, but that yesterday high, also right there with that line, gives me a little bit of a pause for concern. So now I come over to my channels, and did we broach the channel? Have we moved all the way out? We got to that caution zone, but we didn't break through back into the chop zone. Had we closed a candle here, which would have also been below the SATI line, which would have been also below yesterday's high, I would have definitely closed this position. Because none of those things happened, I held that position and we keep moving up to the upside now. And we move it with confidence. We stay in our channel. Throughout the rest of the day, we never closed in the chop zone. We stayed in this channel, even with our red candles. We still stayed in this channel. Here we stayed above our yesterday levels. We definitely stayed above our open range box. And look at this, as we moved up, we came right up to the next level on the SATI study, and we caught a little bit of consolidation, but also right at the close. So even if you looked at this going, hey, it went back below, we might see that end of day sell off on a Friday. I've got no problem taking profit here. If we're taking profit here, we had a heck of a run. This was a great trade. So um, that'll wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you all joining and checking it out. I'm going to have a link to the Knights of the Roundtable Discord in the description below. In that link, you can have access to all of the general information, the Discord. The Grand Hall is our main trading floor chat throughout the day. You will see a lot of pro traders in there posting their picks, posting their thesis, a lot of great content. We share a lot of studies. You're also going to see some more fun opportunities in there. There's a sports betting channel. There's one in there for happy hour for a lot of good dad jokes and a lot of off-topic stuff. And then you're also going to see my channel, the BullParagon channel, along with other premium channels that have the opportunity for you to dive deeper into content. In my channels where you will find a second video where I'll go through and break down each of these studies and show you what goes into them and provide links to all the studies that you can download and put these studies into your Thinkorswim platform and load them in your charts. If you have any questions about anything that I've shown here, or if you have any thoughts of ways that I can improve upon these studies, maybe something I'm missing in these studies that would be a great compliment, please let me know. I look forward to seeing you all in the Discord, and I will talk to you soon.